To put ourselves right back in the frame if we can get the 3 points. Easier said than done. Obviously it's a tough old place to come to. But we're here with confidence. We feel if over the last 3 or 4 years we've come here, we've really given United a game without really getting our just rewards, I think. And hopefully we can get that today.
Can you look in the players' eyes and know they're ready to seize the moment?
Well, I think so. Again, there's no point in us coming here, timid. We've got to come here with big hearts. And I say we need the points to keep it right back in that frame.
Alex? Better spots in the country, and how well some of these fans who've probably come a long way, how well they've done to get here.
And me, I started my journey this morning, 8 inches of snow marking in the Midlands. So a lot of these fans would have suffered the same fate coming up from south as well. A lot of them would have done up that M6. There was a lot of snow about, but we're here and we're ready for what usually is a pretty special football match.
Well worth the journey. Let's have a look at the teams for you. And it is no surprise that Manchester United start today as they finish at Blackburn with Nicky Butt in from the outset, and Paul plans to field the side that won Liverpool's last match at Barnsley, but those plans disrupted by a freak injury at the team hotel. Karl-Heinz Friedel ricking his back and sent home. It's Brad Friedel's 5th game in goal. The midfield axis of Ince and Redknapp of tremendous importance, and Steve McManaman is having a most impressive season. The newly crowned Young Player of the Year, Michael Owen, has Danny Murphy up front with him today, and they played together before with England's youth team.
Well, the one thing that Liverpool have got to do, I think, to win this game today, and I think they have to win it, is defend well. But I don't just mean these 4 here. It's obviously important that a back 4 and goalkeeper in particular, Brad Friedel, play well. But I think the protection they get from these players here in front of them is absolutely vital. Manchester United do it as well, if not better than anyone. Depending on how well that 4 protect them, then I think ahead of that it gives them a good platform. They've got great attacking talent, McManaman. And watch for Murphy. I'm not so sure he might play all the game up there. You might find that Murphy will drop back to midfield. He might even switch with McManaman at times and allow him to go up and join Owen. But I think they're going to make life difficult for Manchester United to start with, hoping that they can pinch something with pace with the likes of McManaman, Owen and Murphy.
Roy Evans, and he was perplexed that should happen so close to the start of a major match. I think Karl-Heinz Friedel just leant forward, picked something out of a bag, and the back went.
It's a blow. I think when you look at Fowler already being out, Martin, when you look at his great record here particularly, what a blow that is that they didn't have Robbie to choose from. But I think when you lose someone of his experience, Friedel, it's a blow. But I'll tell you what it is, you get the shirts on, you get on with it, you get a talented youngster coming in, it just might be his day.
Well, getting his shirt on, Paul Ince, with all the incentives to inspire his present side against his past club. Manchester United certainly rode their luck at Blackburn, distinctly second best until their second half, when their great competitive spirit returned. Liverpool should be fresh, only one match at Barnsley in the best part of 4 weeks. The Premiership Easter football programme starts here at Old Trafford, and it starts with a real bang. It's Manchester United against Liverpool, and it's live after the break.
For the greatest of them all, Pelé, at Old Trafford, for one of the biggest of them all. Manchester United against Liverpool. Don't take your eyes off this. Let's join Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Well, everyone who's hooked on this wonderful game, from the high and mighty like Pelé and Sir Bobby Charlton, of course, from that same generation, another of the game's greats, here in his capacity as the director of Manchester United. But everyone sits up and takes notice whenever Manchester United meet Liverpool, these 2 colossal clubs clashing in compelling circumstances today. United's record, 7 defeats, 2 of them here this year, shows they are more beatable than in previous Premiership seasons. Well, can Liverpool prove that point and finish Good Friday recast as Championship challengers? Manchester United to kick off. So much talk about the top 2, United and Arsenal, but Liverpool starting now have to play them both, and certainly a win here would give them that chance to re-establish themselves in the Championship race. They've played so infrequently over the past few weeks that they've almost become one of the forgotten teams. And matches they have played have been full of goals. 3-3 at Tottenham, 3-2 at Barnsley. And here's Michael Owen playing at Old Trafford, incidentally, for the very first time. Can't say the same about Paul Ince.
That'll be an interesting battle. I just wonder if Johnsen will, at any time, just go and pick up Michael Owen.
Headed by Harkness, the left back for Liverpool today. And then goes Philip Neville, winning the ball and maybe winning a moral point or two against Jamie Redknapp. It'll be quite a contest in there between Butt and Neville and Redknapp and Ince. Liverpool have been pointing out that when Redknapp and Ince have played it. Oh, here's Giggs! In behind Matteo, first chance for Manchester United. In goes Scholes. It was two chances, neither taken. Giggs and Scholes, and Liverpool very lucky to survive that inside the second minute.
Oh, they're out of jail. Out of jail. Matteo really should have cleaned Ryan Giggs out as a centre-back. That's the first mistake.
Well, the concern, I think, looking at Liverpool is their defending. They've got plenty of attacking ambition and skilled attacking players. McManaman and Owen very much to the fore. And Danny Murphy in the mix today, and here he is. Owen. Murphy's cross. McManaman got his head to it. Leonhardsen was right in there. It comes for Paul Ince.
That was worth a hit. He'd have been a lot more confident on his left foot. But what a save from Phil Babb. Big facts, this is good defending. When they don't clean, he should be cleaning everything out there. That's not good enough. But Brad Friedel does ever so well. Stays big, doesn't go to ground. Scholes thinks he's just rolling it into an empty net. What a good recovery from Phil Babb.
Here is Scholes and Philip Neville. Giggs involved again.
Just got to be careful. Phil Babb there again, Mark. He's just trying to pinch that in an area where he just needs to stand and make sure they're not beaten early on.
Johnsen thought he could get there in front of Murphy, but he fouled Murphy in doing so. Graham Poll back at Old Trafford today, where he took charge of the semi-final here last Sunday. The two centre-backs on the bench with Pallister in mind, but Johnsen's got an early problem here. Harkness takes the free kick.
It's the thing about either side, Mark, isn't it, when you have free kicks like that? They don't have any great height anywhere along the front or along midfield. There's no great height to aim for.
Leonhardsen, and Johnsen did well, given that he's not properly feeling himself at the moment, to get across against his fellow Norwegian. Ince. Here's Murphy. Waiting a bit too long.
You don't get that much time early on in this game.
But looked a bit cynical from Leonhardsen. Free kick taken quickly. Giggs and Babb intercepting. Some harrowing early minutes here for Liverpool in the centre of their defending.
I'll tell you what, I hope it stays like this for the next 85, man. It's been really open.
Murphy. Redknapp trying a rather expansive ball to the right-hand side.
Well, at Blackburn, Manchester United didn't start in the first half, Mark, and I think Alex Ferguson sent them out, making sure they do start early and quickly.
Well, that wasn't from the training ground, was it? Beckham's attempted ball straight into the face of Gary Neville. Well, first Friedel and then Phil Babb, the Liverpool heroes. Ferguson and Brian Kidd thought that there was an early lead coming Manchester United's way. Friedel hasn't yet kept a clean sheet in the Liverpool goal, and you couldn't have blamed him.
I have to say, Martin, the goals that have gone past him in the last 4 games, though, some of them have been pretty special. I've looked at him, and I find it difficult to think he could have got to many of them. He's been a bit unlucky in that respect, the quality of finishing. But that was an excellent save. In a big match like this, to make a save like that in the opening 5 minutes can give the goalkeeper nothing but confidence.
It's over Pallister, and Schmeichel, but you could see the way that Michael Owen threatens whenever that type of ball is put forward.
Well, that's the kind of contest you'd be looking for. I think Michael Owen, if you were saying to him beforehand, Roy Evans or his coaching staff, if you get a chance, you know, Gary Pallister looked a little, not unsure, a little unfit, and as Alex Ferguson has said, he's searching for match fitness. And I just think you'd be saying to Owen, get yourself on Pallister's shoulder if you can, if they're high up the pitch, and try and be spinning in behind them.
Today's result could be viewed as an omen. In the 11 seasons when Manchester United have been champions, they have never lost at home to Liverpool. Actually beaten Liverpool in the last 4 games between the two clubs, including an FA Cup final. And Andy Cole has done especially well in the last 2 matches at Anfield. But he made such a difference when he came on at Ewood Park. And here's Murphy. Owen going to the left. McManaman heading to support Michael Owen. Senior man takes over. It's a nicely played by Murphy to McManaman. And Schmeichel's lost it. Owen coming in. And Peter Schmeichel just got there. Owen quite entitled to go for that, although Schmeichel didn't seem to think so.
Well, of course he's entitled to go for it. This is lovely little interplay, and they do get in. This is well hit. It's a little bounce just in front of the goalkeeper. And Michael Owen's young, he's keen. He's here in a big match like this for the first time, I think, and he's not going to pull out of things like that. But that's what Liverpool are capable of, Martin. That's, I think, going forward, they're excellent. They've got the capability to win this game. The one thing that worries you when you look at their recent record, and it's worried Roy Evans most of the season, is can they keep them out at the other end?
They had a bad February. Liverpool, they of course were dismayed to go out of the Coca-Cola Cup semi-final stage at Middlesbrough. 4 league games in that month, and they drew 2 and lost the other 2. Arsenal with slightly mixed feelings here, but a Liverpool win would put them in contention not just for the championship, but of course that second place, which is much admired now with the prize of qualification for the Champions League.
Trust me, Martin, Arsenal want Liverpool to get something today. It's in their interest if they want to win the title. Liverpool at least get a draw today.
A draw probably would be the best result for Arsenal. Johnsen, touch on from Cole. Arsenal play Newcastle tomorrow, and then they are at Blackburn on Monday. Headed by Neville. Pallister, then Butt. Seem to be a spare seat, as if everybody has made the special effort with this awful weather to get here. I know the train service was badly disrupted, other problems on the motorways, but the incentive of watching Manchester United play at Liverpool gets you through most difficulties, I would think. Beckham. equaliser and special supporters.
Surprised they're not fighting, those two. They support different teams, don't they?
Well, well up on your Spice Girls background, Andy. Ah, yes. Owen. Diggs. Caught the eye and almost caught Liverpool out. Corner for Manchester United. Beckham darting across to take it.
This is a big moment, I think. I think set pieces like this, I think where United do have an advantage, it's when they can bring on Pallister, they can bring up Johnsen. I think two real threats and two that will be difficult for Liverpool to cope with.
Well, it stayed in with Beckham. No corner given. It was clearly the policy to hang the ball up. Nicky Butt came round the back to make the header. But even the absence of Friedel will be felt here. Johnsen, there you are. One of the smallest Liverpool teams, the side that Roy Evans been putting out recently that many of us can remember. And they're a sucker for the set pieces. And Ronnie Johnsen, who got his first Premiership goal recently here against Wimbledon, scores again against Liverpool.
This is scandalous marking. I talked about the size, but there's no reason why you can't put someone up against Johnsen and jump with him. I mean, that's absolutely scandalous marking from Liverpool. That's basically poor marking. It's hung up, it's in the middle of the goal. You can't allow Ronnie Johnsen, one of the two best headers, you must have him at least man-marked, make life difficult for him. Liverpool did nothing of the sort. It was a comfortable header for him. 1 up.
Cole. Here's Giggs. And, Rob Jones did well as Manchester United look to sustain this early advantage and improve upon it. Murphy came off Pallister and Owen will collect it. 3 in the centre for Liverpool. Owen going on. Oh, McManaman, can he turn it in?
Oh, what a block, Gary Neville.
Terrific block by Gary Neville.
Oh. What about Michael Owen's skill and ability here? I mean, you're not talking about dumping defenders he's taking on, but he's embarrassed both of them with that skill. Unbelievable. Just when McManaman thinks he's brought the equaliser, Neville does a Babb.
Well, 2 defender in his wake, and then 2 defenders left trailing behind Michael Owen. And then just a little stab of the ball to lift it up as Schmeichel came out as well.
Breathtaking skill, this man. Absolutely breathtaking. But for Gary Neville, we've got a level board again. But I think this game's set up now. Liverpool, I think, know they need to win. We're just under 15 minutes into this game. Manchester United won't sit in the lead. They can't. It's not their nature. So we could get a game that really does flow from end to end.
Free kick to Liverpool. Owen. They haven't been scoring too freely, the defending champions. In fact, the 3 at Blackburn, it was the first time they got 3 in a game since they scored 3 at Anfield back in December. In the league game, that is. Scholes. Matteo coming out to make the challenge. McManaman. Taking it past Irwin, but out of play. Well, Gary Neville stopping Steve McManaman scoring for the first time against Manchester United. He is having his best season in terms of goal getting. He's got a dozen, and of course some valuable ones recently. Late equaliser at Tottenham, a late winner at Barnsley.
I don't think anyone can argue with his return this year. I think a lot of people were saying, you know, 26 years of age now, he's got to start producing. And I think, to be fair to Steve McManaman, he's done exactly that this year, Mark. He's put end product on his game, and that makes him one hell of a player.
Owen.
Well, you can't say they wouldn't have been warned, Martin. Johnsen and Pallister would have been the main talk. Stop them heading the ball. That's a bread and butter poor marking. He wouldn't have expected that, Ronnie Johnsen. I think he would have expected the challenge. He stuck the header away quite nicely.
But when you look at Liverpool's recent games, that vulnerability has, I'm afraid, been all too apparent. So now Ince has to look to lift his new team. He has played here before as an opponent for Inter. That was in a pre-season match a couple of years ago. He was a winner that day. Redknapp. And he goes in, and Graham Poll, who shaped as if to produce the yellow card, but in the end let Redknapp off the booking.
I think he's lucky, Jamie Redknapp. I think that's a bookable offence, that, the way the game's played, and I think that the fact that Nicky Butt did ever so well for him, popped straight up off his feet, onto his feet again. I think that helped the referee.
There is Babb. Cole and Scholes, Giggs on the left. Andy Cole gets a header.
Well, they're threatening. Almost every time they get the ball in the last third, Manchester United, they look a threat.
And if it goes on like this, Manchester United will be quite literally heading for 3 more points.
It could be. Remember, Gary Pallister at Anfield was it last season, did great damage to them in 2 corners, and Andy Cole in the same game, I think 3-headed goals.
Just shows in another way, Andy, the lack of aerial power, that Liverpool haven't had a goal scored for them from a defender this season. Not the sort of situation that we've just seen from Manchester United. Harkness, for whom Easter brings back painful memories. He broke a leg at Coventry this time of the year 2 years ago. Jones trying to catch out Giggs, who was helped out by Irwin. Redknapp. There were signs towards the end of the match on Monday that Peter Schmeichel was just still flexing a leg, whether it was the same hamstring problem that happened here against Arsenal. Incidentally, when can you ever remember seeing a goalkeeper get injured some 70-80 yards from his goal? Schmeichel a law unto himself in many ways.
I think he's nursing it.
Kicking very tentatively.
He did on Monday night at Blackburn. He almost side-footed almost everything, just like he's done. Just protecting it a little, but such is his importance to be between the sticks. I mean, I can't stress how important he is to Manchester United.
And also the presence of Ryan Giggs to add thrust to the team. But it may be a problem here for David Beckham. He's moved to the right-hand side. Get the ball from Neville. He moved freely then, shaping for a return pass from Scholes, who took another route. Giggs gets it back. Martin, Neville almost getting in each other's way, and then Ince barreling into Neville, and Paul again extends something of an olive branch to a Liverpool midfielder.
I don't think there's so much in the challenge. It's a clumsy challenge more than anything, but look how awkwardly I think Phil Neville lands. And that's what caused him a little bit of a problem.
David Beckham scored a wonderful free kick against Liverpool at Anfield in December. Friedel wasn't the goalkeeper that day, of course. He wasn't even a Liverpool player then. International for the United States. It is Beckham. Can't get it over the wall now. Gary Neville. Oh, well, the goalkeeper reacted as if startled.
How close was that, I wonder? He certainly fizzed at Gary Neville. It looked like it was being closed down, wouldn't get the shot in. Now this starts to bend, and had it not bent, that might just have found the corner.
David Beckham was just gesticulating again to the bench, shaking his head as if maybe to say, don't take me off. Ben Thornley's been warming up. Ince. Well, Schmeichel dives and gets a touch, an important one.
What a save, big man. What a save. I don't know if this takes a little deflection as well on the way through, but what a big save this is. Full stretch, it's going into the corner, gets a little nick. That made it doubly difficult, and he needed every inch of his 6'4" frame to get across to that. That's a brilliant save.
Short corner. Leonhardsen. Now Matteo. Harkness forced all the way back by Gary Neville. Scholes. Beckham. Takes trying to make an angle for the pass ahead of Scholes. He's done that. Good link up between the two, but not carried on in the same quality as they look for Cole. And Neville in again. Philip Neville. Murphy turning neatly away from Johnsen. He's got two supporting infield. Michael Owen is one of those. And look at the anxiety of Manchester United's players to get around.
Yeah, I think it's a free
Young
kick.
Player of the Year.
I think the ball was on to Leonhardsen, you know, from the other way, had he gotten it there quickly. He was just a little late. Nicky Button at the back of Michael Owen.
Halfway through the first half, Ronnie Johnson's goal, turning it initially Manchester United's way.
I think what we've seen more since the goal, Mark, was enough from Liverpool to suggest that they can create chances. There's very much in this game, and there's an awful lot of work to be done before the final results etched out for either team.
Mark Leather, the Liverpool physio.
That gives us a little chance to have a look at that wonderful save. We talk about him often, man, but it takes a little nick there that sends it even further away. And had he not touched that, that's in. Simple as that. Had he not got the faintest of fingertips on it, that ball was in the bottom corner.
Well, he's in the firing line again. Michael Owen going off for what Liverpool hope will just be the formality, having received attention on the pitch. Redknapp having a look. Steve Harkness, if a left footer is required.
Well, they must be hitting it. They've only got McManaman in the box. Now one or two.
Ince has joined the wall. Redknapp into the wall. That's another chance, but a yellow card for Nicky Butt for presumably charging out of the wall.
Well, what you should do now, Matt, is change the charger. Normally you do that. You don't want to risk him getting booked again.
And Redknapp hits the wall a second time. Back from Jones. And that's Ince.
That's two poor free kicks from Jamie Redknapp there. The first one he could accept, he didn't do it once, but to do exactly the same again, he wouldn't be happy with that. He's got better quality than that, Jamie Redknapp.
Liverpool have been pointing out that the 12 Premiership games that Redknapp and Ince have played together, they haven't lost any. I suppose the superstitious will point out that this is number 13. Michael Owen is back on. Beckham. McManaman. There's Matteo, not a great conviction. James giving the insurance behind him. Owen. Giggs. Away by Babb, who's had a season of fits and starts because of injuries. It's only recently that Gary Pallister's missed a couple. Got hurt at Chelsea in the league game. Beckham, on goes Gary Neville. And some time to match the run and prevent the cross. Not really do either. But Scholes. Pressure all the way, Johnsen and Beckham and Neville, and Manchester United kept going. And in these positions they do have the weapon of the long throw of Gary Neville. Maybe Beckham was having a dialogue with Graham Poll, and after doing a bit of talking he's now got to do some listening. A bit of argy-bargy with Harkness and Beckham. And the free kick given for the defender.
Well, Alex Ferguson will be a lot happier after 27 minutes than he was in Monday night, Martin. This has been a much better first half for them. They started brightly, started really well, with a couple of scares, no doubt about that. In a big game like this, he'd be pretty pleased with this opening half hour.
It's just Nicky in front of Philip Neville. Redknapp and McManaman just getting the better of Scholes. Shaking the head as the crowd are calling for a free kick against Ince. Beckham. McManaman, that's very coolly done indeed. Murphy trying to thread it through for Owen. Those two with an understanding that was forged initially in the representative football for the England youth team. They played in Malaysia last summer in the World Youth Championship as the two strikers.
It was good defending from Ronnie Johnsen, Martin. One or two defenders might have been tempted to stay up and try to catch him offside. Michael Owen.
Well, Owen hasn't got too much weight to throw around, but he was certainly giving it everything then. And then Danny Murphy knocked the ball away. Peter Schmeichel didn't like what he saw.
That's what I mean, evidence of what I was saying. A pretty good start this from the home side. So little to deal with defensively.
We're talking about the headers, and that there are probably better teams equipped than Manchester United aerially to expose Liverpool's shortcomings, especially without Teddy Sheringham.
I think that's right. I mean, I think when you think that Alex has given his team a vote of confidence, he must have thought that they would go in pretty short on height. He might well have been tempted to play Teddy for that reason ahead of Paul Scholes today. Such as Scholes' performance second half at Blackburn, I think that decided he's in.
Sheringham, who played very well, if memory serves me right, at Anfield, has to wait on the sidelines.
And troubled him continually in the air, if I remember rightly as well. Any long ball that came up, we talked about it on the day that he won. almost every one of them.
Scholes. Phil Neville for Paul Scholes. Crisp passing from Manchester United here. Cole for Scholes, gets a touch to Beckham. Most of the shirts there expecting the cross were yellow.
Lovely football. It's quick, incisive, some of it one touch at times. Just prodding balls into feet, playing in movement. First class stuff, this. Just lacking a little bit of penetration there. Look at all the yellow shots. Plenty back in numbers. Can they deal with the corner?
On the short side from Beckham, really, in the circumstances. Murphy gets to it and gets it to Owen. McManaman's free on the right-hand side if Owen looks up. But he wants to take on Gary Neville, who's got pace of his own to recover. Schmeichel just kicked it away now. Owen might be in trouble this time. Schmeichel moves away like a man who'd made his point earlier and has just had it proved. But that was late.
That was a lunge, yeah. That went beyond genuinely going for the ball. He was late. He's unfortunate he doesn't catch Peter Schmeichel. He manages to get out of the way, but he's probably come off second best in the challenge. I wouldn't fancy him landing on this.
Michael Owen booked.
I was just about to say, I think the next one who commits a foul was in danger of being booked. He's let it go pretty well, the referee. And I don't think it's been a dirty game. I don't think there's hardly been a tackle, really, in the match. But that was a little lunge. I think the frustration of Gary Neville actually staying with him and shutting him out, contributing to it.
Gary Neville picked by the players in their all-star team for the third year in a row, which for a young player is a terrific compliment, and he just saw a little bit of why the way he dealt with Owen a moment or two ago. And Michael Owen didn't spot Steve McManaman, which, with the wisdom of hindsight, of course, would have been the better avenue. Here's McManaman going alone himself, and
that might be a booking mark.
Pallister was late. Did he get a touch on the ball? Maybe he's saying that he did.
Well, if he's given a free kick, then the referee thinks he hasn't. Simple as that. It didn't look much of a touch, but he got away with it. No yellow card, I don't think. In a situation like this is where Alex would be, Ferguson would be saying, listen, we don't lose a goal from this. If we're tight, if we concentrate.
Free kick from Redknapp did reach Murphy. There's a powerful foot stuck out by Butt. But again, Roy Evans in those circumstances would rue that freak accident for Karl-Heinz Friedel, who is still very spring-heeled. And of course, would have brought to the Liverpool team today the confidence of a past winner at Old Trafford in the European Champions League semi-final, which he was with Borussia Dortmund last April. But it's time for Irwin to get the ball down. To Redknapp. Leonhardsen. Spotted by Johnsen. Now Matteo. Redknapp. McManaman moving more centrally. Leaving Rob Jones to press on down the right-hand side as Murphy picks him out here. Murphy. McManaman, brilliant pass. You can't say the same about the finish when Manchester United stopped and Liverpool should have equalised.
Oh, they've carved them open here. This is a lovely move. Watch McManaman's run across the front. He's not offside. He times it perfectly. It's a lovely ball from Murphy. I'll tell you what, you should be hitting the target. He knows that. Every Liverpool player knows that. And so do every fan in here. He's got to test the goalkeeper. You just feel sure if he hits the target, he scores. What a chance.
Nipped in for the equaliser. McManaman will feel much happier. His missed chance forgotten. They celebrate Michael Owen's 20th goal of the season.
Well, misunderstanding here, full stop. Goalkeeper and centre-back don't get it right. Each is blaming the other. Let's look and see who's got the case. It's just nicked through. Gary Pallister wants his goalkeeper. You can see he checks. I think if the goalkeeper's got a good start position, he does clean that up. I think he's a little deep here. I think if he's out there at the edge of the box, he's doing that. But what a finish. This young man does anything flush for him. Old Trafford, first real chance he's had, and he so coolly lifts it over. A very good goalkeeper.
His first match in the so-called Theatre of Dreams in front of Pele as well, who was praising him before the game. And Michael Owen has delivered for Liverpool.
And that was a race they talked about as well, Matt, wasn't it? Him against Pallister, you felt, you know, if he was going to beat anyone in a straight run, it might be Gary.
Scholes. And here's Beckham. That was brave from McManaman. Well, we've pointed out some defensive deficiencies for Liverpool, and they lose the ball again in their own half here, but Evans has gone with a side and a formation with so many avenues of attack. Appeals for handball, not given, not really deliberate by Ince.
But I think Roy had to, Martin, quite simply because he knew he had to win the game. It didn't surprise me that he's come with as attacking a formation as he could put out, possibly, without just being foolish. Because it's a game he knows he must win.
Beckham. Bang behind by Babb.
Yeah, it's been an excellent first half up to now. Full of really good football at times from both sides attacking.
Well, Ryan Giggs, a game and what, 38 minutes back from his hamstring problems, goes off.
Now that is a blow.
On comes Ben Thornley. Out comes Friedel. Deciding to try and dominate. He didn't quite do that.
But he might have to do that. If he doesn't trust his defenders to deal with it. If it's only 7 or 8 yards out, Brad Friedel might be thinking, I've got to come and get this.
Thornley. Cole. Trying to get it back to Paul Scholes. And that's a bit loose from McManaman.
Sloppy's a word, Mark. Sloppy.
Beckham. Thornley, Owen to go outside it. Thornley likes to come in field from that left-hand side, but came into some trouble then. And it's Johnsen with the Owen threat. 1-2 with the goalkeeper. Michael Owen has got to be very careful now. And what's Graham Poll going to do with this? If it's a reach for the top pocket, Michael Owen goes off for a second yellow card. Having equalised here for Liverpool, they are now down to 10 men. The scorer sent off.
Well, that's a huge blow. Genuine, the only real genuine threat for them. It's a bad tackle. You can't condone that. He comes in late, he's been booked. I know he's young, but that's late. It's two-footed, it's dangerous. I don't think the referee's got any alternative.
Well, Owen did get a red card on his record playing for the England youth team. But this is in very serious circumstances for his club. Fowler out for the season. Friedel out today in strange circumstances. And now Michael Owen sent off before half-time.
Well, we thought this game would be good. We thought it would be big. We thought it would have instant excitement. It certainly hasn't let anyone down. But Liverpool need half-time, Mark. They need it for Roy Evans and his staff to get them organised. They might even make a change. We don't know about that in personnel, but we desperately would want half-time. Manchester United would try and push on now. Try and make it count in his last 5 minutes. Well, they're just a bit unsettled.
Beckham. It's Rob Jones who just diverted the ball away. Kept in by Irwin. Thornley. Still Ben Thornley. This is Gary Neville. Run on. And Liverpool have a problem as to who to put to mark him. Still not been really picked up. Johnsen badly hurt by that Michael Owen foul. And it may be that it's the end of his game as well. He can be replaced. Murphy. Even more responsibility on the individualistic style of Steve McManaman. If there is one player in the game who can make light of Liverpool's numerical deficiencies, it would be McManaman. Murphy. Oh, that's an ambitious try.
That's worth an effort. But I think this is where they have to be careful now. If they're going to commit men forward with 10, they've got 3 ahead of the game. They've just got to be so careful to a quick break.
Scholes. Rob Jones trying to read it. And now Thornley goes down clearly in some pain. Trying to nick it away from Jones and get away.
I think he gets caught. I don't think there was any intent from Rob Jones. It looks like the ball bounces, they both go for it. I think he just gets caught in the follow through there, just catches him on the fly.
David May has come on for Ronnie Johnsen. Well, over Easter, some fantastic football for you on Sky Sports, as ever. Rangers against Celtic could be so decisive in the Premier Division in Scotland. Sky Sports 2 on Sunday, and on Monday, Arsenal go to Blackburn, where Manchester United won last Monday. It's 5:30, Sky Sports 1. Comes off Jones. Probably Friedel would have been allowed to pick it up, but he wasn't prepared to take that risk. Ince. McManaman, as Pallister came out, he got the ball away.
Big responsibility on Danny Murphy, Martin, for Liverpool. He's young, he's inexperienced at this level. But if it comes to him, I think he's going to have to try and hold it up as long as he can. Give his team a breather every now and again and try and be a threat himself.
Liverpool to get to half-time still level, and Roy Evans and his staff just to point out a policy. We're playing with 10 for the second half.
And again, the problem for Roy is he knows, Matt, if he wants to win the league, he wants to win this Premiership, this is a game that they simply have to win. So they've got to win it now with 10 men.
But think of that chance that Gary Neville got off the line for McManaman, the shot McManaman put over the bar. Schmeichel's stretching save before the Owen goal. Plenty of ammunition with 11, with 10. Well, we'll have to wait and see.
Well, we're seeing the game pan out exactly the way I think we thought, as they would defend and try and pinch it. I said that when I looked at the teams, it looked like it was a team that was set out to defend and try and hold United, maybe pinch a goal. And they certainly threaten. But can they threaten again? Can they hold out? That's the question that remains. The second 45.
Well played, Danny Murphy. On the blind side of Butt. And it's Liverpool springing forward in stoppage time. Ince was a bit careless. Matteo sorted it all out. And for all the great rivalry between these two clubs down the years, there haven't been too many sendings off in the matches. Remember Gary Ablett got sent off for Liverpool here a few years ago in a match when Mark Hughes was also dismissed. That's very much the exception. Michael Owen has gone today. Redknapp. Leonhardsen.
It's good possession.
It's agitating the crowd.
Yeah, it's good possession. It's just what they would have wanted. They've cleared their heads, they've got it sorted themselves, the players.
Paul has another look at the watch. Gary Neville. But got contact, it's run on for David Beckham. In goes Scholes!
Well, Steve Harkness is a happy man. He just gets caught ball watching. He watches the pass infield, pays no attention to Beckham on his outside. And Liverpool almost pay for it. Just watching this pass. And he's just lost. He's completely lost Beckham. Can't affect him at all here. And he has to trust to someone getting across. Just doing enough, I think, to put Scholes off.
Redknapp. Murphy. That's another great pass from him.
Well, I think that's
Gary Neville, who conceded the penalty at Blackburn.
I think that's a free kick. I think Gary Neville's got his left hand over his shoulder. I think that's a free kick. Certainly not a penalty. It's well outside the box. I certainly thought it was a free kick.
Well, it's level on the scoreline at half-time, but Roy Evans has to deal with a Liverpool situation where they're down to 10 men. Alex Ferguson's side got off to a flyer. Liverpool defending very poorly at the corner. Unattended, Ronnie Johnsen. And the league leaders had the lead. But then hesitation with Pallister and Schmeichel. Michael Owen nipping in. But his smiles soon turned, well, to tears. Already booked for a foul on Schmeichel. He put Johnsen out of the game. And he knew he had to go. No disputing the decision. 1-1 at Old Trafford at the break.
Liverpool 1. Match commentators here, Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Thank you, Richard. We've just been looking at the fixtures, and Michael Owen, who was sent off for a second yellow card, it could easily have been a straight red looking at that replay again. But he'll get a one-game ban and miss Liverpool's trip to Chelsea. Liverpool also have to play away at Coventry and Derby. They're at home to Palace on Monday. And later, two other London clubs to go to Anfield, West Ham and, of course, Arsenal. That's on May the 6th. Alex Ferguson has a remaining fixture programme of Newcastle and Leeds here. And the two away games against two Right at the bottom of the pile, Crystal Palace and Barnsley. So Liverpool to start the second half, no doubt during the break they've been reflecting on the fact that the sending off came at a time where they were really beginning to assert themselves as the dominant force in the match, making the better chances, fashioning an equalising goal.
Well, it's pretty much as you were just before half-time, Martin. I think the three, Leonhardsen, Redknapp and Ince, maybe play a little tighter this half in that central area, and it might just be that Steve McManaman's the one who's given licence to go and help Danny Murphy. Certainly they'll go with 4-4 and Murphy alone up front.
Well, Danny Murphy, who came across yesterday when the team travelled not expecting to play in this match, he's played particularly well, and more responsibility being heaped on his young shoulders.
Nothing wrong with that little bit of holding the ball up and trying to bring someone into play from Murphy, Matt.
Jones. Murphy's done well again to make himself available and shown us a touch on the ball. Redknapp. Leonhardsen. Murphy. My goodness. He really is revelling in a chance to start a game for Liverpool, only the second time.
Yeah, he's a talented youngster, Martin. He was always had a good reputation, but look at that again. He started this half absolutely on fire. That's pretty close. I mean, I think Peter Schmeichel knows this is going over. I said goalkeepers' reactions are pretty good, but I think it's closer than Peter thought it was going to be.
United, as I'm sure you all know, 4 firsts and a second since the start of the Premiership. Liverpool 6th, 8th, then 4th, 3rd and 4th in Roy Evans' 3 full seasons in charge.
There's a lot of clubs would be happy with a manager.
Yes.
You start the Premiership over 3 years, Martin, but such are the demands at a club like Liverpool.
Well, demands caused by wonderful successes in the 70s and the 80s. 11 league titles in a spell of just 18 seasons. 11, that's as many as United have managed in their entire history.
Yeah, they'll catch him quick.
Yes. Looking to pull back another one on those statistics. They must keep their concentration here. Redknapp. Leonhardsen. Here's David May. Johnsen, just to remind you, has been taken to hospital for an X-ray. Scholes. Now Beckham. Thornley. Good pressure by Liverpool. Rob Jones and McManaman. United still going with Butt. He was challenged by Redknapp. There are sides perhaps better equipped than Liverpool to play with 10 men and defend. You'd think Arsenal were high on that particular list, as they showed at West Ham in that cup match with Berger off so early.
I think if you've got 10 men, you have to make your mind up where you're going to allow space to develop. And I think if you're playing against Manchester United, Martin, you'd rather it was wide. And then you can maybe deal with the cross. We talked about they don't have a Sheringham playing today. Scholes and Cole are not the biggest. And you'd think that even with Liverpool's lack of height, they would probably deal with that. What you don't want to get is stretched right across the midfield area and then let them pick passes in between you. And then it's tough then.
Or concede free kicks and corners when, of course, the height can come forward in terms of Pallister and May. But maybe not today, Schmeichel.
Yeah, maybe not.
Well, Teddy Sheringham is there if required. Finding something to smile about. Here's Harkness. It's tough for Liverpool because in these circumstances, if they saw it through for a draw, it won't be seen as perhaps the great result that it would be on many other occasions because of the state of the league table and their ambitions to get back in the championship race. They're making it difficult for Manchester United so far in the second half. But here's Ben Thornley and Andy Cole. Haven't seen too much of him today. But Beckham making himself available. Almost getting it in behind Liverpool, where Buffett kept running.
Neville set now for the second half, Martin. I think we'll see United continue to dominate possession and territory. No doubt about that.
Pallister. Cole!
I'll tell you what, if he'd have just rolled that off his foot, Martin, as the ball came up to him from Pallister, Scholes has made a great run off him. Now, if he just rolls this off his foot into Scholes' path, then he's through, and you think he must be picking his spot. You can see the disappointment in Paul Scholes' face. I thought, go on, just roll it off his foot, and he's in.
As it looked for a moment as though maybe Cole could have just dummied it and let it run, but I don't think that was the case. Liverpool would have picked it off. But Cole did see the whites of the goalposts, and his eyes lit up.
Well, that was the area I was talking about. That's what you don't want Manchester United running at you through the middle like that when you see Scholes and people running at you. Not tracked.
Murphy not tracked. A look across, appealing for offside by Manchester United. Pallister saying that was offside.
Yeah, I think he's coming back and the ball's played. Oh, that's one of those close ones. Dennis Irwin is the deepest defender on the borderline.
Redknapp. Pass from Beckham, skipping beyond Redknapp to Scholes. Phil Neville. Owen trying to get away down the left-hand side, spotted by Rob Jones, who first played for Liverpool, incidentally, here at Old Trafford back in October '91, a Graham Souness signing. A fantastic first season, including playing for England. That side of his life hasn't really developed as an international player. A lot of problems with injury and illness. He's approaching 250 games for Liverpool now. Philip Neville. To brother Gary. Beckham firing in the cross. Phil Neville. But that's a bit short. The big problem for McManaman was not to get to the ball with Manchester United barring his progress, but referee Graham Poll, it's quite a sizable chap to run round. Murphy.
Unlucky.
Leonhardsen given offside.
Unlucky, he was offside. But if Manchester United need any reminding the threat this team poses when it breaks, it's here. Or is he? Oh, it's tight again, isn't it? Tight again.
Here's Scholes. Babb couldn't reach it. Andy Cole has. Cross goes Matteo.
Oh, that's better defending. Ran with him. Wasn't committing himself until he was absolutely ready, Dominic Matteo, that time. Nonetheless, if it's a corner, there's a threat.
Especially when it's to be taken by David Beckham. Out comes Friedel.
That's another problem. Even when he comes and collects it, Matt, you think, go on then, take a few seconds. He can't do it. He's got to clear it, and he's just about giving possession away. And it's not his fault. He's got 6 seconds, 6 or 7 seconds, is it, to release it?
Well, it says between 5 and 6, which is always a difficult decision to make, I would think. Here's Philip Neville.
5.5 then, isn't it?
Here's Gary Neville now. Scholes moving across to try and make himself available, but Liverpool break it up well. And Phil Babb looks once more for the available Murphy, who doesn't fail his side. Matteo. Jones. Murphy again. Making Pallister all the way to do that sort of defending. Redknapp. Cole trying to use his speed, and he's got plenty of it. Rob Jones helped Matteo out.
Great to see that, though, isn't it, when a player does that? I think Michael Owen's done it a couple of times, but McManaman does it. He pushes it past, and it's a straight race, but Rob Jones is no slouch.
Here's Ben Thornley. 4 in the centre for Beckham to try and find. Nicky Butt is one of those, and it's just knocked away from him by Matteo, who's also been pressing his World Cup claims in the England B team and is an overage player in the under-21s. McManaman. I think that sprint against Andy Cole has not done Rob Jones any good. Flexing his thigh as if he might have damaged a hamstring. There's Jason McAteer, another of the long-term Liverpool casualties. See just what shape Jones is in here. Thornley. But gets away from Jones, and he's finding it hard to recover, and Cole's got the ball on for David Beckham, who hasn't scored a goal at Old Trafford since August. Looks for the cross instead.
That was well defended. And this time Steve Harkness was very much aware that Beckham was wide.
Redknapp. Murphy. Redknapp keeps going. There's a run on here with Irwin, but he's all on his own. Leonhardsen trying to get into the centre. But once more, an indication of Liverpool's need in this game, even with 10 men.
And the trouble they've got is the lack of support. It's a lovely build-up. We're really pleased with that, and expecting your other striker to be giving Jamie Redknapp an option. Such as the case, he left everyone behind.
And there is no other striker.
No. Well, I think it's a fascinating half hour coming up now. Means so much in the race for this Premiership.
May. Leonhardsen. Murphy. McManaman. It's a decent ball by Rob Jones to pick out Redknapp. Ince. He can't find Redknapp because Scholes intervened, and this is Philip Neville. Beckham stretch spoilt the touch. That's a great touch from Murphy, and Leonhardsen. Can he go on here for Liverpool? Cross comes Gary Neville. Leonhardsen, and a tremendous save by Schmeichel.
Oh, great awareness of Murphy. That's the kind of ball I thought Andy Cole would play to Scholes, Martin, earlier. He just lets it roll off his feet. Absolutely brilliant play from Murphy, that. and you just think, has he got enough steam, has he got enough pace? Neville's putting him under pressure. And yet again, that's a fantastic save from Schmeichel. Leonhardsen does everything right, hits the target, makes the keeper work. He just doesn't get a little bit of luck he might have deserved. It's a wonderful run and join up from him.
When it's one-on-one, is there any better goalkeeper in the world than Peter Schmeichel? Liverpool have a corner, and they've got Phil Babb attacking it here. Strangely, it might suit Manchester United. Liverpool's attacking ideas. It's maybe going to leave some space to counter-attack into. Already seen one hint of the direct route from Andy Cole.
There's no doubt the early retirement of Ryan Giggs is a blow to Manchester United. When they're playing against 10 men, someone like Giggs is so important. His pace, his direct running, his ability.
For. There isn't much left of Manchester United's season in terms of matches, but of course in significance there's a huge amount left. They'll possibly finish the season empty-handed as they did in 94-95. Beckham. Harkness having won the ball. Now to make sure that Liverpool keep it. Redknapp. Pretty heroic stuff from Roy Evans' team.
Pretty impressive, I have to say. I've been nothing but impressed this opening 15 minutes. There's a long way to go when you've 10 men, and it does tax you. We've seen all season. I mean, the attempts on goal pretty good. Liverpool ahead and on target. But we see even with 11 against 11 mark now, a game stretches second half in the Premiership. It's even more demanding physically for Liverpool this second 45. It's going to be a performance of concentration as much as anything. But they've had a very, very good 16-17 minutes at the start of this second half.
Phil Neville. Was given away to add to a sense of anxiety amongst the thousands here supporting Manchester United. Just wonder what the Arsenal fans are feeling watching around the country. McManaman.
There's no doubt 1-1 doesn't suit Liverpool regards the title, Mark, but I think the Arsenal fans, if you were to say, would you take that now? You bet they would.
Ince. Well, there's no doubt that the Manchester United followers want to see a bit more from their team, who are trying to pick the right moment, and here's Scholes looking to pick the right pass, and it's to Dennis Irwin. Beckham making tracks on the right-hand side, but it goes into the feet of Cole. Thornley, looking at times quite Giggs-like in his movement. Phil Neville. Space for Owen to try and pick a decent cross. Gary Neville was hit with plenty of power.
Yes, lacked a little direction. So what you'll find if crosses are going in, you're going to find that Liverpool will win a good deal of headers, might not clear them pretty far, and with the extra man they can ring the box, they can keep the pressure on. There might be one or two of those firing at Brad Friedel before the day's out.
Free kick to Liverpool against Irwin.
I think we're just about to see the arrival of a certain Mr. Sheringham, Martin. He's just been called back into the dugout. I'm sure it'll get changed and brought on.
Liverpool funnel back, but they've dropped into their own penalty area. No one was picking up Nicky Butt. Gary Neville. Beckham's cross. Thornley trying to meet it with the header. Good defending by Rob Jones. 20 minutes of the second half. And Butt with a rasper, but it was always going too high.
Good hit, much like Danny Murphy's. Pretty well struck. Never really threatening Brad Friedel. Goalkeeper, again, he doesn't make much of a movement towards this. He's got it pretty well sussed out that that's gone over.
Well, it's a midfield player off. The end of Phil Neville's 100th appearance for the club. And on comes Teddy Sheringham, who had to go out of the side to serve a one-match suspension.
That's a sensible substitution in the context of the game, Martin. It gives them a genuine target aerially from wide areas in the last third. There's no reflection on Phil Neville's performance.
And that is the end of the alternatives for Alex Ferguson. Thornley for Giggs, May for Johnsen, and now Sheringham for Philip Neville. Got the better of McManaman, and Babb trying to curb the menace of Andy Cole. Thornley. But Gary Neville well forward again. Beckham to chip it in, and Sheringham had gone near post this time. Thornley. Just for a second it looked as though there was space there for him to accelerate into with the ball. He thought better of it. But another Beckham cross, this one only travels a few yards. Steve Harkness standing firm, Liverpool standing firm. And it's a corner. We're at the three-quarter mark of this massive match. Good leap by Matteo. Really out of harm's way by Harkness because it went straight to Gary Neville and Liverpool didn't push up very far. But that's a loose one. Harkness winds himself up again.
Good pressure. It's just what they would have wanted. So much so Gary Pallister stayed up in the corner.
Will bounce behind for a goal kick. Talking of massive matches, Sky Sports on Sunday, Rangers against Celtic. Sky Sports 1, 3 o'clock. And on Monday, Blackburn Rovers against Arsenal. Sky Sports 1 again. 5:30 is the time to note, 5:30 on Easter Monday. McManaman. He's held it up again. Redknapp. His view actually was just slightly obscured at the last minute by the referee, and now he stayed down. Ince gets a foot in, and unfortunately for Liverpool, Murphy can't react to that.
It was one of those block tackles he went into, man. Didn't really just jabbed his knee, jabbed his ankle.
The game goes on, and Mark Leather, the Liverpool physio, came running onto the pitch. He's had to turn and scamper off again. No time for charity for Manchester United to show. Thornley showing him with a bit of a rusty touch. Murphy's back on his feet, and Graham Poll, crowd don't like it. Plenty of opportunity for United to put the ball out, as would possibly have happened in a match of less importance, but they chose not to do so. The referee decided to stop it himself.
Yes, that block tackle Often just jars the ligaments in the ankle. I think that's what Graham Paul tried to do, Mark. He tried to say to United, you're going to put it out. Such is the desire to win the game. They said no, so the referee said, well, in that case, I'm not taking a chance with the player. I'll get him treated, and I'll drop the ball.
There were one or two signs of Danny Murphy, understandably, feeling a bit weary of work he's put into the game. And now there's another handicap, that tweaked ankle. But he's back out there.
Yeah, if it's just a jar, he might be able to run that off. I think I'll give it 5 minutes, see how it goes.
20 minutes to go. And here's Scholes. Scholes, has he got a sight of goal here? Liverpool trying to deny him that. Gary Neville looking to clip in the cross, but when he wanted some height, it went low to Harkness. Redknapp giving it to McManaman, and turn to Jones. McManaman again. The Manchester United fans feeling that their side should be superior, given that they have the superior number on the pitch.
Well, that's one thing. Yeah, I think it's another.
Neville. Sheringham. Back for Gary Neville. And he slipped at the crucial moment. Another position of some promise comes to naught. And that's Patrick Berger. Michael Thomas is one of the Liverpool substitutes today, back from a spell on loan at Middlesbrough. Playing like a side that sort of expects it to happen, Manchester United, when they really need to force it a bit more, Andy?
I think they've got to be patient. I mean, I think this team have shown us over the last 4 or 5 years they're quite prepared to wait late on in games, particularly at home. They're used to it. I think they'll keep knocking at the door. I have to say it's been a pretty impressive second half from Liverpool.
There's Murphy getting a toe in, but he's limped out of that challenge as well. McManaman pretty isolated here. Leonhardsen again trying to get into the centre. McManaman's held it up. Murphy well enough to join in, but give it straightforward and simply to Ince. Harkness. Sheringham trying to inject some urgency by chasing in at Friedel then, although they had very little chance of putting the goalkeeper off. Cole. Now Sheringham, Beckham on the outside. Cole near post, Sheringham far post. And the ball past the post. Well, Murphy limps off. Loses a name that's had a lot of mentions today from us, Andy, and he's played very, very well.
74 very impressive minutes, Martin. I've been really impressed with his performance. Couldn't have done more for his team today, especially after they went down to 10 men.
And Patrick Berger, who's not been too happy with his lot at Liverpool over the last few months, he's had to pay a pretty heavy price for messing up against Barnsley at home. Nearly messing up here was Phil Babb.
A bit surprised at Brad Friedel. I don't know whether he couldn't have got this, Martin, or whether he thinks Cole gets a touch on it. He just seems to pull his hand away from it to allow it to go out. That might well be a costly decision.
But it is a corner to Manchester United, who scored early on with a corner. The scorer no longer in the game because of the foul on him that's robbed Liverpool of their scorer. Sheringham. Pallister right in there, and again Manchester United will try and exploit that route whenever they can. But that was too close to the American. Now Liverpool are going to look to Berger to show the calibre of Murphy up front. 0891 11 11 01. Your vote for man of the match. A match that's still got 15 minutes or so to run. Scholes. Beckham. And here's Cole. Sheringham got a touch. Beckham's cross, and it was an excellent one that encouraged Sheringham to go in. He's been penalised.
Yeah, I think he just caught him slightly late. I think Friedel got there. It was good goalkeeping. He wasn't risking catching it. He knew he was going to be under pressure from this, so he gets 2 fists to it. Well away. Just a fraction late. He's entitled to go after it as a front man. But the referee, I think, is also entitled to give a free kick.
Both players off the ground at the point of contact. And Graham Poll returned Teddy Sheringham's glare with interest. The smile is back now. Berger, who was part of the Czech Republic's impressive showing here in England in Euro '96. Brought the likes of Berger and of course Poborski to Manchester United, but hasn't really been the impact from either player. Poborski's moved on now, of course, to Portugal. Not quite shown in club football what they showed for their international team. Pallister. Forward by Babb. Scholes. Well, pretty central position. The ball was bouncing up. Paul Scholes, who got a somewhat fortunate goal at Ewood Park. Couldn't fire one in here.
Yeah, Sheringham doesn't want it. He just does enough though with his physical presence. Puts Matteo off. Just takes his eye off the ball a little.
That's a difference with Sheringham on, isn't it? Liverpool should get some medals for gallantry in these circumstances, but unless they can get a winning goal against the odds, League Championship medals, I'll have to wait for another year. Not won the Championship, of course, since 1990. That was the last season that they also won a league game at Old Trafford. Beckham gets it back from Sheringham. Good spot to see, but Sheringham. McManaman just interrupting the rhythm of the attack, but not the attack itself. Sheringham, Scholes. Weight of numbers for Manchester United here. Neville wasn't quite sure what was the best option then, and powering forward for Liverpool is Paul Ince. Well, he thought he was shoved off by but Graham Poll didn't. Fortunately, Ince's teammates were concentrating on the job of defending and playing to the whistle, or the lack of whistle.
I had to say, I thought he had a case, Paul Ince. Thought he was just eased out of it.
See what he was trying to do, forcing himself across the line of Butt. Cole. Sometimes they fizz through the crowd and end up in the back of the net. That didn't. Liverpool legs in the way. And we're coming towards the last 10 minutes. Goals from Johnsen and Michael Owen in the first half. Michael Owen will never forget the first time he played at Old Trafford. Irwin. Here's Thornley. Bounces over Beckham. Neville. Now Sheringham. Comes out to Dennis Irwin. And the shot on the spin from Ben Thornley was always rising too much.
Well, you can just never tell when shots like this come in, edge of the box. He's bobbling about everywhere, hits one or two, get a little bit lucky. Sticks under Matteo's feet, not Sheringham's.
10 tense minutes to go. Tense for Manchester United, tense for Liverpool, and of course for Arsenal.
Well, you would expect that domination of territorially anyway. But after I've said it once, I'll say it again, this has been a pretty impressive performance from Liverpool second half, Martin. They've defended really well. Not only that, they've posed when they could. They've posed the threat at the other end. They haven't made this easy for Manchester United. But no one expected them to anyway.
Well, United start again from deep. Babb was just backpedaling. In fact, backpedaled into an area where he was in contact with Sheringham, who's ruled to have pushed him. Looked for a moment as though the initial pass was going to drop over Phil Babb to Sheringham's advantage. Ince. Now Cole. Runner-up to Dennis Bergkamp in the PFA Player of the Year stakes. That's a great honour. Redknapp. Pallister. With the attitude that Manchester United really need here. Terrific pass. Scholes. Oh, it's going to run back for him. And Liverpool would have had a right old inquest if that had ended up as a potential winning goal.
It's half a chance, and when you Paul Scholes and got good feet, it's maybe a little bit more than that. But I think Liverpool have maybe deserved this little bit of good fortune. They've worked incredibly hard. You earn your luck with the amount of work you put into the game. And perhaps at the back, the lads will have said, "Hey, we've deserved that." But I don't think they can afford to do it again. Another little lapse like that might prove more costly.
Jones. Well, of course, this fixture tends to bring its own incentives to the players, but those who have seen Liverpool as possibly a soft touch might just be reviewing their opinions on this performance in adversity, and indeed the way they were playing. And it's a great shame, I suppose, for the entertainment level of the match that Michael Owen got himself sent off. There was a fantastic flow, succession of chances over that first 40 minutes. Thornley, good turn. What about the cross? Only partially away by Jones. Redknapp quickly on the scene, turns into Scholes. Early ball from Thornley, caught a bit on the wind. Scholes, as he was challenged by Ince, had a look at the referee, but Manchester United have still got the ball. Although they wouldn't have spurned the invitation for a free kick in that position. Irwin. Scholes has got space where there shouldn't have been any. And now Neville's right in there. It's a siege on the Liverpool goal at the moment. And then Redknapp, well aware of McManaman's positioning, and that was very astutely done. Leonhardsen. May. Manchester United unchallenged in these parts of the pitch. That's a free kick. And I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that if they get a goal now and win the match, Manchester United, they will feel that that is a signal that the championship is going to be theirs.
I mean, I hate overstating that, the obvious, not the obvious, but the importance of this next 5 minutes. I think you're right. I think if somebody from Manchester United nicks a goal and they win this match 2-1, then Alex Ferguson is looking at his third consecutive Premiership title firmly in the face.
I was here that day. Steve Bruce scored twice against Sheffield Wednesday, deep into injury time. Even Alex Ferguson, I think, was satisfied with the amount of time added on then, about 7 or 8 minutes. And Steve Bruce, I'm sure, has dined out on the stories of that game many times since.
And will continue to dine out on it, no doubt. Many years to come.
What a bon viveur, Mr. Bruce. And here's the Manchester United team, many of whom left behind from his days.
Yeah, just used his body, Ben Thornley, against Rob Jones.
Another chance to point you in the direction of your telephones. 0891 11 1101. And given the volume of support up and down the land for both these clubs, it should be an interesting verdict. Matteo, not quite so comfortable on his right-hand side. Sheringham, Matteo will get back. I'd love to have had Andy Cole in that situation.
Matteo made up for it. I thought he was surprised that the ball skipped past him in the first place, but he got back round.
Well, if that's seen as deliberate, it's got to be a booking. And Graham Poll books Owen Leonhardsen. Nicky Butt got the ball away from Leonhardsen's attempted pass. Yellow card. The team in yellow still holding on.
A bit surprised Gary Pallister hasn't gone and joined them, Martin. Stayed back.
And Friedel stays back after starting to come. A bit surprised. It's astonishing, isn't it? Well, here he is again as the playmaker, Pallister. David May is there, though. Maybe this is why Pallister has stayed back, because here come Liverpool. And Pallister's presence enough to force the error from Redknapp. Scholes. Sheringham. Deflection. Cole going in. David May is there. And Rob Jones to the rescue.
Oh, what a save that is. Brad Friedel really shouldn't be beaten here. The goalkeeper's thankful that Rob Jones was alive again, because this should be goalkeepers either punching it or catching it. But it gets beaten, and what a goal line clearance that is. Just how important will that be at the end of the season as we look back?
Beckham. More pressure on the Liverpool goal. 2 minutes plus stoppage time left. A corner to Manchester United, who know so much about what is required to win a championship. Friedel high, even higher than Pallister then. And he dealt with that the way Liverpool would have liked to have seen him deal with the earlier incident. Now here's Redknapp. He's just knocked it too far ahead when there was a pass on for Leonhardsen. And it's Beckham. Phil Babb gets a foot to it. Comes to Butt. Still Butt. Sheringham!
Just a touch high, but 6 inches too high, the ball. It's a touch lower than I feel sure Sheringham hits the target. You could see he was at full stretch. No real control over the header. It's just skidding off the top of his head, but this is the chance. So close David May comes to just forcing it in, but great defensive work from Rob Jones.
It wasn't just a case of getting it off the line, it was getting it away from David May as well, and Rob Jones falling backwards managed to do that. But here's Pallister again. Great work on the ball from him. Comes to Thornley. Cole. Sheringham gets a touch, and it's a useful one for Beckham. He slips, and Leonhardsen gets it out of play in the 90th minute. Manchester United going to let 2 home points slip? Or will Alex Ferguson see real drama here at Old Trafford right at the end? Beckham. That's Sheringham. It comes for Scholes. It's still Scholes! Oh!
Well, that can only be inches. That can only be inches. He's 99% right in everything he does here. Great little skill there. Hits it across Friedel. The faintest touch from anyone it's in. This must be inches from giving United the lead. Just starts to bend, it's in.
Well, he expected a player who is such a tidy finisher to produce one of the most important goals of his young career, Paul Scholes, but it didn't happen. We are now in Graham Poll's territory. How long will he add on? Neville. David May is in the centre at the back post, and Friedel. The ball did dip to make it a bit easier than it looked when it was in mid-flight for the goalkeeper.
Tis windy, tis awkward. That one moved about quite a bit, but good goalkeeping, kept his eye on it. Good clean catch.
Redknapp. Here's Berger. McManaman. Ince. Here's Owen Leonhardsen. Suddenly it's Manchester United fans who are looking at the referee, but we are in the 2nd minute of time added on. Neville. David May goes forward to be an auxiliary striker again. He and Sheringham challenge. Redknapp doesn't just hack it away. Better percentage in rolling it to McManaman, and he can run it away.
Good play from Jamie Redknapp, didn't panic. Just eating up a few more seconds.
Beckham. Neville's cross on the run. Oh, header took the ball back into trouble for Liverpool. But it's away from Jones again. There's no one forward now to stop Pallister coming forward for Manchester United. Matteo, it drops, and Scholes can nip in here, and Sheringham is there as well. Neville.
How did Paul Ince get anything on that ball, Martin? He felt sure that Scholes was there, but Ince just scuffled along the ground, almost crawling to get a little toe to the ball and knock it away from Scholes.
Well, Liverpool might not win the league. They would have felt at some point here today they could have won this match, particularly after Michael Owen equalised. But then when Owen was sent off, it was a heroic second-half performance from Roy Evans' team, and Manchester United have been held at home. Liverpool end the run of 4 successive defeats to Alex Ferguson's men. United move 7 points clear of Arsenal, who now have 4 games in hand. It all looked so good for Manchester United when Ronnie Johnsen gave them this early lead from David Beckham's corner. But Liverpool were putting their game together before Michael Owen nipped in to equalise. Then he was off, sent off, and there was a lot of defending to do in the second half. There weren't too many moments of real danger, but that was one, and Rob Jones with a wonderful piece of rescuing. And Paul Ince can be proud of being part of the Liverpool performance on his return to Old Trafford. Now the owner switches to Arsenal with 2 games over Easter, at home to Newcastle, and all that now entails, of course. That's tomorrow, and then they follow United to Ewood Park. You'll see that one live on Sky Sports on Monday. The Championship picture could be, well, a little bit clearer at a